We're going to go ahead and get started. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cyndy Wright Sellers, and I'm a Park National Banker. I'm also a grandmother, a cookie baker, and a volunteer. Oh, wrong script. Anyway, it's my privilege to welcome you to the annual Salute to Leaders virtual event. I am here with my co-host, Bob Pautke, Executive Director of Lead Clermont Community Leadership Program.
Awesome. Thank you, Cyndy, and thank you all for tuning in here this evening. And so for you Clermont County history buffs, Clermont's Chamber of Commerce is now in its, 51st year. And I hope you are as excited as we are to meet this year's honorees. Tonight we celebrate and salute the real leaders who dwell among us. Thank you all for tuning in tonight to share in their celebration.
There are countless special people
that we need today. However, we found community partners wanting to use to there are countless people and community partners that we need today because an event like this would not be possible. So special thanks to our presenting sponsor, Park National Day, our sustaining platinum sponsor, American Modern, sustaining gold sponsor, Recipients Energy Solutions, sustaining silver sponsor, Mercy Health, Great Oaks, and UC Clermont, sustaining bronze sponsor, Elsewhere, Ohio, event running sponsor would be Trixie Meyer, media sponsors, ITA, Audio Visual Solution, and the Clermont Sun. Thank you all for being such a special part of this evening.
So we'd like to acknowledge that each honoree recognized this evening will receive commendations from our public officials. Our special thank you to those public officials who serve our community. Just before I go on with this, every year I've had the opportunity to introduce a couple of speakers, and I always ask, how many of you out there are Lead Clermont alumni? Would you raise your hand? There's a lot of them out there this evening. It's kind of amazing. So this is the 27th Salute to Leaders. Isn't it remarkable that the residents of Clermont County volunteer, serve, and lead year after year after year? Where else can you find such an outstanding group of citizens? And so we once again thank our sponsors for making this event this evening possible.
Now, on to the awards. The Salute to Leaders Awards for each township and the cities of Loveland and Milford are chosen by the individual township and city representatives. They are given to outstanding individuals and groups who have made a positive impact on their township or city. This year, for our community-nominated awards, we changed things up a little bit in the format, and as you listen, you will meet the winners of awards in the following categories. Community. Quality of life was improved by a civic project or community event, or the lives of current military members, veterans, and or their families were positively impacted, or the well-being of citizens was improved by projects related to safety, fire protection, EMS services, and law enforcement. Vibrancy. Efforts that improve the environment, preserve natural resources, encourage conservation of green space, or created recreational opportunities, or the quality of life in the rural communities was protected and or enhanced. Health, an activity that improved the physical and or mental well-being of citizens. Education, an educational initiative that made it possible for residents to succeed in school, learn marketable job skills, gain knowledge that helped their community, or enjoy experiences that made life richer. Back to you, Bob.
So it is my pleasure to get things started this year and introduce this year's first Health Award to the Health Source Foundation for their More Than Medicine campaign. In 2019, the Health Source Foundation launched the More Than Medicine campaign as the backbone of support to the Health Source of Ohio health centers. It works to address more than medical needs of patients. Health Source of Ohio meets the clients right where they are in ways that can improve their health more than medicine. They're partnered with many organizations, including Adopt a Book, that contributed more than 5,000 books in 2019 for the reading nooks in their centers. Park National Bank made contributions to help fill the shelves so children can have pride in owning a book. According to Senior Development Director Chelsea Hornsby, with our strategic mission, we believe in moving from an illness to a wellness model, and we're doing just that. Not only by strengthening our partnerships in the community, we work to bring fun ways for families to increase their wellness, such as our Color 5K, which is colorful, I can tell you, and the Wellness Festival. In addition, if patients have food insecurities, the foundation prepares kitchen bags, not chicken bags, with ingredients for 2 meals and easy-to-follow instructions. Patients are offered connections to other resources like interparish ministry to help them move beyond food insecurity. The Health Source Foundation has worked to address hunger throughout Southwest Ohio, as well as increase ways for children and young adults to have access to books. Please watch this brief video featuring thank yous from 2 Health Source Foundation board members and our very own Health Source, Chelsea Hornsby.
We're just different than doing medicine. It's more like holistic medicine than just true medicine in the sense the doctor sees you when you got a cold or whatever. It's just a way of giving back to the community, which has been good to us. I'd like to thank the Clermont Chamber for presenting us the award. We are honored to receive it, and we will continue to do our best for Clermont and this region.
I want to thank the Clermont Chamber of Commerce for recognizing the good works that the foundation has done throughout the community. We've offered not only a medical home, but you recognize that there is more than medicine that is necessary to help those in need in our community.
It is such an honor to receive the Salute to Leaders Health Award. I'm telling you, the last few years have been absolutely amazing with the foundation's growth. And we started More Than Medicine because we truly are becoming more than medicine with the foundation. We are a healthcare organization. When patients come to the door, we're addressing them medically. But when they leave, they know that we as an organization and the foundation are addressing social determinants of health, such as hunger, literacy, transportation, and we are working with our patients to really think outside of the box and address them holistically. So it's truly more than medicine from just addressing them from a healthcare standpoint. So again, we so appreciate this award and look forward to serving our community even more. Thank you.
So accepting the award is Health Source Chelsea Hornsby. Congratulations. Pick up your and photos. And by the way, Cyndy, you look marvelous in that video. That was well done.
Oh. Thank you, and many kudos to Chelsea and the Health Source Foundation team. It is my honor to introduce our first community award to Interparish Ministry. I will be accepting the award for Interparish Ministry as they are trying to stay safe. They've been serving just a multitude of clients during this time through drive-through pantries, and they've asked me to be here and accept it on their behalf. Let me tell you about how IPM is serving the many corners of our county as an emergency food pantry. Interparish Ministry strives to provide healthy food options in its Choice Food Pantry every 30 days to those in need. Providing dairy, eggs, and proteins was one way to expand healthy choices to the families, but IPM knew there was more. Fresh fruits and vegetables were lacking. It was the dream of the agency to be able to offer healthy vegetables grown in a community garden concept, and that dream was realized in 2018 after IPM opened its Clermont County location in Amelia. There was available space, staff, and volunteers, and they rallied to plant tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers. It was a huge success. In 2019, with community awareness and support, the community garden spread from not just one location, but to 4, with the support of partners like the Moats Group, Crossroads East Side, and IPM Loyal Volunteers. A collaboration for families. They created another garden out in Amelia, which had 3 generations working side by side in a housing community to tend the garden and produce fresh vegetables. They harvested the bounty. All it takes is a need and a dream. IPM has made that happen in a huge way that makes a productive difference in the lives of our neighbors. Interparish Ministry, we salute you.
So Cyndy, it's now my pleasure to introduce the first Vibrancy Award to Betty and Dale Howell. Betty and Dale Howell are retired, but they have never slowed down. I admire that, by the way. They are active members of the Ohio State Alumni Board and work on various projects throughout the year. 3 years ago, they began working with Empower Youth as a fundraiser to send children to camp. Empower Youth parks cars at Homerama and the Western Southern Open each year. There were countless volunteers, but their lunch and dinner resources were limited. Betty and Dale prepared, delivered, and donated homemade boxed lunches and desserts. Next, Betty and Dale learned Empower Youth wanted to start a 4-H club. They helped children learn about 4-H and complete projects. Several students went to the state fair. The Empower Youth 4-H club has expanded and grown. Members this year are completing 2 to 3 projects, working on individual presentations, and participating in a group project. But wait, there's more. Betty and Dale and Empower Youth knew they were other children that needed to be served through 4-H. Students with special needs can't always make it to evening meetings, so they take 4-H to the students. Betty's love of learning and her experience with education led them to begin a 4-H club at Bethel Tate High School 3 years ago. They worked on a group project in 2019, and in 2020, Betty began working with teens and with special needs in the New Richmond School District. Betty and Dale Howell enrich lives everywhere they go. Betty and Dale Howell, we salute you. Thank you very much.
All right, at this time, I'd like to invite the mayor of the city of Milford, Amy Velardo, to the podium here. Come on over, Amy.
Thank you, Cyndy. Good evening, everyone. I would like to invite Jack and Charlotte Evans up, please. And we are going to do a little bit different. So we're going to find your award right now. In the front? Right here. Okay, so I can touch it, or we're trying to be COVID friendly. So do you mind picking that up, Jack? This one's yours. And that way you can hold it in front of you and people can take your picture while I'm reading wonderful things about the two of you. Ready? Okay. Thank you, Cyndy. It is my pleasure to introduce this year's City of Milford Award winner, Jack and Charlotte Evans of the Kiwanis of Milford. Kiwanis International is a global community of clubs, members, and partners dedicated to improving the lives of children one community at a time. Today, Kiwanis members stand with more than 600,000 members, from K-Kids to Key Club to Kiwanis and many ages in between, in more than 80 countries. Each community has different needs, and Kiwanis empowers members to pursue creative ways to serve the needs of children through local service, projects, and fundraising. Jack and Charlotte Evans and their children and grandchildren have been intimately involved and organized the Milford chapter. They have donated hours of their time and money for the betterment of the children of this community. They have held fundraisers at Texas Roadhouse, partnered with Milford Miami Ministries to provide Christmas gifts to children, and are currently working with Feed Our Flock to provide food items to more than 300 elementary students for the weekends. Their dedication and commitment to the children of our community is untethered. This is just another example of the continued and comprehensive support Jack and Charlotte and the entire Evans family provide to our city as well as Clermont County. Jack and Charlotte Evans, we salute you.
Thanks, Amy. Well done, by the way, Madam Mayor. So actually, Cyndy, I wanted to ask you a question. Were we supposed to tell everybody to turn off their car engines and turn up the speaker? Oh, wait, we're not at the drive-in, are we? So it is my pleasure to welcome Teresa Heiners, Wayne Township trustee, to present the award for their township. Teresa?
It is with great pleasure I am nominating Bruce Barraclough as Wayne Township Salute to Leaders 2020. I met Bruce very soon after swearing in as a trustee. Bruce saw our desperate need for a cemetery fence that needed to be replaced. He took it upon himself to present a plan to replace it. He contacted a local boys group and enabled Leo Burkhart to earn his Eagle Scout Award as part of the project. While Leo organized his project, Bruce organized a fundraising campaign, eventually raising over $5,000. While Leo organized volunteers for cleaning up the years of brush overgrowth, dead trees, and the removal of the old fence at Woodville Cemetery. As a lifelong member of the community, Bruce pursued donations for several months. We appreciate the time and effort he put into organizing a fundraiser and community service event. Wayne Township is honored to submit Bruce Barraclough for the Chamber's 2020 Salute to Leaders.
All right. Bob, you're supposed to leave the popcorn somewhere else from the drive-through.
Oh, my bad. And keep your popcorn socially distanced also.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Please welcome Rex Parsons, Batavia Township trustee, to present our next award. Rex?
Thank you. On behalf of the other trustees, Jim Sauls, Randy Perry, and Fiscal Officer Jennifer Haley, it's my pleasure to introduce this year's Batavia Township recipient to Charlotte Clifton. In mid-2017, Charlotte Clifton realized there was a need for a local MS support group in Clermont County. You see, Charlotte has MS. She reached out to the Batavia Township, asking to use our community center as a meeting site. For the first several months, she waited patiently for other members to join her. When I was in the building, we would all hope and pray and watch that people would show up for Charlotte's meetings. While most would have given up and second-guessed their need for a group meeting, not Charlotte. She persisted. Now, on the fourth Wednesday of every month, the conference room is full of members sharing their stories and learning about new treatments, but most importantly, being there for one another. You see, not only do they talk, but they listen too, as they understand what it's like to live with MS. Today, over 1 million people in the United States live with MS, and it's considered to be an invisible disease as it affects a person's central nervous system. The cause of MS is still unknown. Most people with MS are diagnosed between the ages of 20 and 50, and at least 2 to 3 times more women than men are diagnosed with the disease. But when Charlotte was asked about the most important aspect of the Clermont County MS support group, she stated, discovering that we are not alone with this disease, we are in it together. Charlotte Clifton, we salute you. And I believe this is your award here. Thank you, Charlotte.
Thanks, Rex.
Thank you.
Nice job. Nice job, Rex. Thank you for that. It's now my pleasure to introduce John McGraw and Bob McGee from Union Township to present their township award. Gentlemen. Turning that microphone's not pretty tough, isn't it?
Thanks. Thank you, everyone. On behalf of Union Township, I'm John McGraw, trustee. This is Robert McGee, also one of our trustees, and not here tonight is Michael Logue, a trustee, and Ron Campbell, our fiscal officer. In the best of times, kids need a great place to go. And so it's my pleasure tonight to introduce this year's Union Township Award winner. It's the Jeff Weiler family, and accepting on behalf of the Weilers is Jim Simon. Thank you. So in these challenging times we have now, kids really need a place that they can call home and be mentored. So Union Township, we're lucky to have the Weiler Group help us. Union Township salutes the Weiler family for their generous donation toward the acquisition and renovation of a new Greater Cincinnati Boys and Girls Club. The club is located in Union Township in the Mount Carmel Business District. The Weiler family's generous donation helped the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Cincinnati acquire and renovate a 20,000 square foot facility, repurposing the former gym and multi-purpose building into a space that will serve hundreds of at-risk children and their families in Union Township and all of eastern Cincinnati. Through their generosity and support of this project, the Weiler family has demonstrated leadership, a commitment to bettering the lives of youth in Clermont County and Union Township. Jeff Weiler family, we salute you.
Bob and John, thank you very much, and thank you to the Weiler Family Group. My privilege now is to ask Greg Carson to welcome him to the podium. He's a Williamsburg Township Fiscal Officer, and he will be presenting the next award. Greg?
Thank you, Cyndy. It's my pleasure on behalf of the Williamsburg Township trustees who are in a meeting tonight, Guy Bainham, Barry Henning, and Gary Jordan, to present this year's award to David Cottle. David, would you join me? Dave Cottle's passion for community service began in the U.S. Air Force, where he worked as a communications specialist with the rank of staff sergeant. He served at the Pentagon during the Cuban Missile Crisis. Becoming a Williamsburg Township resident in 1970, he worked as a teacher for the Batavia Public Schools District for 25 years, where he served as the Teachers Association president and as an assistant football coach. His service to Williamsburg Township, though, began in 1980, when he began as a volunteer basic EMT, then an advanced EMT, and for the past 29 years, he served as a paramedic for the Williamsburg Township Emergency Services. During that time, he also served as the Life Squad chief in 1985 and then again in 1988. David was also appointed as an assistant to the township clerk for 2 years, and then he was appointed as the clerk. He ran and was elected for 8 years until he decided to retire. David has been a member of the American Legion Post number 288 since 1986, where he served as the post commander and chaplain and led the Memorial Day service for many years. David is a member of the Batavia Lodge number 104. He has been a member of the Williamsburg Faith Baptist Church since 1972. Dave's significant contributions to Williamsburg Township continue to make our community a great place to raise a family. I just wanted to take a minute to add a personal thank you to Dave. In 1999, when he decided to retire as clerk, which is now the fiscal officer, he asked me if I'd be interested to run and replace him. I won that election, and Dave went above and beyond and helped me for many, many hours, training me to do the job for the past 20 years and to continue to serve his legacy of service to the township. Dave, I thank you, and David Cottle, Williamsburg Township salutes you.
Thank you for your service, David. That's an impressive story. We're better off for having you here. So it's my pleasure to make the award presentation for Pierce Township. Our award winner in Pierce is George Carpenter. George Carpenter has served as a member of the Pierce Parks Committee since 2016. He was instrumental in the development of the park's master plan and has worked with the committee to bring several projects to fruition. His engineering expertise has added value to many projects, including the now under construction Learning Center restroom facility in Pierce Park. He also orchestrated and participated in several community fundraising events for the park to enjoy, such as Park Fest and the Pumpkin Parade. And if you've never been to Pierce's Pumpkin Parade, you don't know what you're missing. He can often be found running the chipper and tackling invasive species during park cleanup days. We truly appreciate George's dedication to Pierce Parks and green space for the enjoyment of our community. George Carpenter, we salute you.
All right. Thank you, Bob. We would like to welcome Mary Wolf, Miami Township trustee, to present the next award. And as an aside, the next award winner and I are related. So it's nice to see her and see her being recognized in this way. So Mary?
Thank you, Cyndy. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, myself, Ken Tracy, Carl Schultz, and our fiscal officer, Eric Ferry, this is probably one of the most favorite things we get to do as trustees, is really pick those unsung heroes that we know are in our community, that we know never really get recognized. And we're so pleased tonight to be able to recognize Paula Ansett. And we know that Paula is just part of a group of folks, but Paula led the fundraising efforts for the Milford High School class of 1979 to provide a memorial in tribute to the 4 National Guardsmen whose helicopter crashed in Miami Township September 29th, 1979. The Guardsmen had just left Lincoln Airport on their way to Pennsylvania when their helicopter lost a rotor and crashed. The memorial includes the placement of a large memorial boulder with a bronze plaque commemorating the Guardsmen who were from Alabama and Pennsylvania. The boulder is surrounded by 4 park benches with plaques containing the names of each Guardsman. The memorial and benches were installed in September of 2019 at the Paxton Ramsey Memorial Park in Miami Township. The dedication of the memorial included a full military-style ceremony that included representatives from each of the Guardsmen's families. Having been there to witness the absolute graciousness and these families had thought people had forgotten about their loved ones. It was a very emotional ceremony, very, very wonderful. This permanent memorial and the benches will be a lasting legacy for the class of 1979 to commemorate the sacrifices of those Guardsmen and also a beneficial improvement to the park. Additionally, they were able to raise extra money to include more shade trees around the park benches and a lighted flagpole. Paula Ansett, we salute you.
It's an amazing story. Thank you, Mary. So it's my pleasure to welcome the Jackson Township presenter, none other than Teresa Herron's brother, Hal Herron.
Thank you. On behalf of Jackson Township, we'd like to nominate Tim Zermley as our 2002 Salute to Leaders. Tim began his law enforcement career in 1984 by volunteering as an auxiliary officer for the villages of Moscow and Amelia. In 1987, he was hired as a correction officer for the Clermont County Jail. 16 months later, Tim was hired as the deputy sheriff for the court service divisions of the Clermont County Sheriff's Office. He worked his way through the ranks as road patrol deputy and also spent some time in the investigative unit. While on the road patrol, he was promoted first to the sergeant and then later to a lieutenant. He served Clermont County Road Patrol Commander from 2003 until 2013 when he retired with over 27 years of dedication and service. Tim served the village of Felicity as his chief of police for the next 4 years, using his knowledge and experience to contribute to the community. Since 1985, Tim has taught at various police academies, including the UC Clermont College. During his time as the sheriff's office, Tim was a liaison for the Jackson Township for several years, which consists of keeping the trustees informed about police activities for the township. Tim is always willing to provide the guidance based on his law enforcement experience to assist the trustees in keeping the township safe. Tim and his wife Jeannie live in the Jackson Township since 2002, where he continues to enjoy farming and spending time with his family. Tim, Jackson Township salutes you.
Thank you, Hal, and congratulations, Tim. It is my pleasure to be able to award the Franklin Township Award this year. So I'm going to ask Jim Liming to come and join me up here and tell you a little bit about Jim. For many years, Jim Liming and his family have been known as a family that supports their hometown of Felicity, as well as Clermont County. Jim started volunteering as a 4-H advisor at the age of 16, while he was still a 4-H'er himself. Jim and his wife Margie were 4-H advisors for more than 40 years, and they enjoy watching their grandchildren show their animals in 4-H and FFA today. They are supportive of the Felicity Franklin FFA chapter. Jim and Margie are longtime members of the Felicity United Methodist Church, where both served on many communities and committees over the years. Jim spearheaded the successful bond issue campaign that led to the construction of the new high school. He served on the Clermont County Planning Committee for many years. He was a member of the National Guard unit located in Felicity. Thank you for your service. And his family started L&L Plastics, which provides jobs for local residents. They do all of this because they believe in their community. Jim Liming, we salute you. All right, you're welcome. Bob? Bob?
Yes,
Oh,
Cyndy?
there you are, okay.
Yes. Is that popcorn ready yet? We had talked about that.
You were in charge of the popcorn.
Oh, I was in charge of the popcorn. How's everybody at home? Hopefully you're not running off to take a break right now, because we've got a couple more awards and it's going to be fantastic, I promise you. So for the Monroe Township Award, Jeremy and Lauren Boswell of Emmett Ridge Farms, I have the pleasure of introducing their award story. Jeremy and Lauren Boswell purchased the Lindale Golf Course in late 2018 and opened for business in April of 2019. They are raising 3 awesome boys who also work on the farm. Emmett Ridge Farm is 132 acres of sustainable farmland where they raise, listen to this, Scottish Highland beef, pasture-raised heritage breed pork, pasture-raised chickens, turkeys, fruits, and vegetables. Pretty amazing. Farm-to-table dinners, weddings, and corporate events are held serving food directly from the farm. Emmett Ridge Farm holds a Farmer's Mile run that showcases local military veterans Emmett Ridge Farm is bringing economic development to Monroe Township, but they can give back much more to the community. Plan a visit to this beautiful farm and enjoy their delicious farm-raised cuisine. Jeremy and Lauren Boswell, we salute you. It's back to you, Cyndy.
Thank you, Bob.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Cyndy back to the stage.
Thank you, Bob, very much. Thanks for your presentation. It is my pleasure now to welcome Tom Niehaus to present the award from Ohio Township. Tom?
Thank you, Cyndy. Chris, would you like to come up with your son? It's with great pleasure that I present the Ohio Township Award to Chris Leggett on behalf of the trustees, Keith Vogelsang, Rick Hinson, and my favorite, my wife, Emily, and the fiscal officer, Bill Gilpin. Chris Leggett is a busy person who enjoys working with Boy Scouts in our community and our region. Chris is a U.S. Marine veteran and served in Somalia, an assistant scoutmaster for Troop 135, NRA Range Safety Officer, Shooting Committee Dan Beard Council, BB Gun and Archery Range Master, USA Level 2 Archery Instructor, U.S. Grant Committee Member, Merit Badge Counselor for Fishing, Reptile, and Amphibian Study, Archery and Insect Study, Wood Badge 2015 Leadership Training for Scouts, and serves as president of his HOA board for Regatta at Lights Hill and has been on the board since 2014. He has volunteered with his son, who's with him today, Tyler, at the growing fields in northern Kentucky, getting them ready for planting. They provide food to the local food banks. He enjoys helping others. He volunteered for the Wheelchair Olympics when they were in Cincinnati, working the archery range with disabled veterans. His past roles in scouting including committee chair, PAC 155, venturing crew associate advisor, crew 135, and camp master for Cub World, a busy guy. Chris Leggett, we salute you.
Thanks, Tom. Chris, thank you very much for your service, brother. We've had a couple of military stories here this evening, so I'd just like, for all the veterans out there, if you would stand up and allow us to salute you. Thank you very much for your service. And Tom Niehaus, I was kind of hoping I would be able to present to you because I had 19 minutes of stories to tell, and sadly I'll have to tell them about somebody else this evening. Tom got a huge kick out of that backstage. Okay, please welcome Naomi Stahl, Stone Lick Township Trustee, to present the Stone Lick Award. Naomi?
Thank you. It is our pleasure to introduce this year's Stone Lick Township Award winner, Jim Pemberton. Fire Chief Jim Pemberton has been the Fire Chief of Stone Lick Township since December 2017. During his time at Stone Lick, he has brought knowledge, experience, and tremendous work ethic to the department. Not only does he lead the fire department, he also helps run other areas of our township. Jim is goal-driven and always considers what is best for the community in whatever project he completes. A quote to describe Jim: "Work hard in silence and let success be your noise." Thank you, Chief Jim Pemberton, for all you do for our wonderful township. We salute you.
Unfortunately, the Washington Township folks could not join us, and neither could their award winner, Gail Burnham. But I would still like to take a moment and share with you about Gail and her amazing work in Clermont County. And I hope she is tuning in with us tonight. Hi, Gail. Gail is an active community volunteer. Being a mother of 5, Gail saw the value of the Clermont County Boys and Girls Club. Bob, you can applaud. Okay. Gail and her family have been actively involved in the club for many years, and she has served as a board member, Gail is not just a leader, she is a doer. Anyone who knows Gail knows she has a great talent for feeding the masses. Whether it's organizing the annual Thanksgiving dinner hosted at the New Richmond Boys and Girls Club, or taking leftovers downtown to feed the homeless, all you need to do is look around to find Gail and her family. In addition to the Boys and Girls Club, Gail has been an active supporter of the March of Dimes Walk, Scott McDowell River Run, and the Boys and Girls Club golf outing. For several years, Gail coordinated Ready Fest, where kids are given free school supplies at the beginning of each school year. She is a mentor for the New Richmond High School and the Work Readiness Initiative. Gail is actively involved in the Clermont Chamber and a supporter of the Women in Leadership programs. Over the years, Gail served as a member of Renaissance New Richmond Kiwanis, New Richmond River Days, and Business Women's Association of America. Another busy lady, Gail Burnham, we salute you. Bob?
Yes, Cyndy?
You're back again.
Thank you. That's very helpful because I'd kind of lost my place in the script. Thank you. Gail, I know you're out there. It's my honor to know and work alongside you, and I applaud all that you and your family have done. Congratulations and thank you. Please welcome Dan Hodges to present the next award this evening. It's from Goshen Township. Here's Dan.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bob, very much. Appreciate it. Just a quick thing, real quick. My fellow trustees, Lisa Allen, Bob Hausman, our fiscal officer, Laura England, we would like to thank the Chamber, Park National Bank. You have no idea how many times they've tried to schedule this and get it through. Bob and Cyndy, you're doing a great job to a room that doesn't pay you enough homage. So thank you very much for putting this event on and letting us recognize our leaders. It is my honor to introduce our Goshen Township Award to the Goshen Bicentennial Committee. With me tonight is Bob Haas and Derek Holmes, also Lisa Wernke, Terry Casey, Sherry Kepke, and Valerie Maynard. They all volunteered as residents to host and coordinate the Goshen Township Bicentennial in 2019. The volunteer committee worked hundreds of hours to raise funds for several community events held during Goshen's 200th anniversary, including a founder's dinner, festival with fireworks, which was awesome, by the way, and an old-fashioned Reds Legs baseball game. The team raised the funds necessary as well as several sponsorships to make the event free and open to the public. The Goshen Bicentennial Committee did a great job honoring Goshen's past, present, and future. Thank you from the Board of Trustees and our wonderful community, the Goshen Bicentennial Committee. We salute you.
Cyndy, you're up.
Thanks, Bob. I think I'm here. Oh, I am standing up, right, Bob? Okay. Thank you, Dan, for your wonderful words there and to the Bicentennial Committee. It is my pleasure to present the next Vibrancy Award to Randy and Darlene Page. Randy and Darlene, if you'll join us up here. With several hundred acres of parkland to maintain, there is always work to be done. And thanks to their vision and dedication, Randy and Darlene Page make the Pierce Township Park a better place for everyone to enjoy. From refurbishing the park benches to plant selection and flower bed maintenance to devising a raccoon-proof solution for the garbage cans. I want to hear more about that. Their hard work, commitment, and creative ideas truly make the parks better. Pierce Township salutes you. Randy and Darlene Page, we salute you. Bob?
Randy and Darlene, thank you very much. We love our parks
It's
and
your-
appreciate you being our neighbors.
I want to hear about the raccoon proofing, and maybe they know something about squirrels too. If you could help us with squirrels, that would be great.
I know something about squirrels. They're gray. They have those tails. Or did you want something more?
Yeah.
Get away quick, Randy and Darlene. So it is my pleasure to present this year's Next Health Award to Shane Reinhardt and his addiction series. Shane? Did I say Reinhardt correctly? Reinhardt. Can we cut that out and just do a repeat? Let's move along. Shane Reinhardt has become a champion in educating people about addiction. He created a very popular set of videos called the Addiction Series. They've had more than 1 million views on YouTube, very impressive. And he has been working on this project for 4 years, spending his own money and investing his time for no profit. He has saved people's lives through his work, and he's very humble about the impact this series of videos has had on people. The 53 videos Shane filmed and uploaded for the world to see tells the stories of those who have moved past addiction. These people come from 10 different states. People in 217 states have watched his videos. He got the idea for the series when watching news reports about heroin. He thought no one was telling the stories about recovery. He reached out to a person interviewed on TV. Today, people call him wanting to share their story. He wants to promote hope and optimism about recovery. He also is hosting a series of community nights in Bethel at the theater where people can view addiction series stories of people who are in recovery. His videos are inspiring and have garnered a lot of attention. Shane Reinhardt, we salute you. Thank you for what you're doing. Cyndy, you're up. Cyndy. Oh, she is awake.
Thank you, Bob. It is just, it always, every year I've done this, and Teresa Herron, who I want to give her credit tonight, she, yes, Teresa Herron, she is one of our cohorts in crime. She's a part of the committee. She has written these bios, and she and I have, I think we talked right before the event aired that we've each just missed one salute to leaders over the last 27 years, and that was due to hospitalization or illness, and I just want to give kudos to my friend Teresa. It is my honor now to introduce this year's first education award to Feed Our Flock. Unfortunately, the team at Feed Our Flock could not join us this evening, but we still want you to hear all about the good work that they are doing in the community. I hope they have joined us virtually. Hello out there. All right, Feed Our Flock, I love your name, was created in 2017 by 3 passionate, concerned, and determined women who saw a significant need in Milford to provide food for children. Sarah Usman, Audra Haynes, and Candy Varner were involved in the weekend backpack program at Pattison Elementary, but realized the need was much greater. Teens living with hunger make difficult choices that often lead to poor attendance, lower grades, behavioral issues, and low self-esteem. Sarah, Audra, and Candy expanded their outreach to include teens. Feed Our Flock has invaluable partnerships with Milford Schools and the Miami Township Police Department, who are integral parts of their efforts. Feed Our Flock established mobile food pantries for junior high and high school students. Through their mini grant program, they help kids with clothing, shoes, glasses, bedding, bikes, grocery gift cards, graduation clothes, and extracurricular opportunities, and more. Recently, Feed Our Flock set up the first Food Nest, a freestanding food pantry behind an elementary school, asking, "Take what you need, leave what you can." Looking ahead, they want to establish a walk-in food pantry that students can visit outside of school hours. Sarah, Audra, and Candy have been the driving force of what is an inspiring example of caring for our most vulnerable, community engagement, raising awareness, removing barriers, reducing judgment, and sharing hope. Sarah Usman, Audra Haynes, Candy Varner, we salute you. Bob, you're going to give away Award 21, and it's a community award.
Thank you, Cyndy, for reading my script. Thank you for the one person that applauded for Cyndy. So the Community Award, Officer Annie Morgan, come on down. I can't believe we didn't say that before. Come on down. In early 2019, Clermont County resident Paula lost her home to foreclosure. She was 71, living on a limited income, and could not afford standard housing. She spent most of her savings staying in a motel until she ran out of money and started living in her truck outside Meyer in Miami Township. Paula stayed in the parking lot because it was the only way to keep her cat Emma. Many citizens brought Paula food and money. Miami Township police officers checked on her. Miami Township police officer Annie Morgan did more. Annie helped Paula complete application for subsidized housing. However, there was a wait list of at least 3 months. Shelters would not permit Emma to stay. Emma the cat. Section 8 housing vouchers were not an option because they are not accepting applications. Annie, on her own time, found temporary housing in New Richmond and paid $500 out of her own pocket for 2 weeks of housing. She then began searching for more funding to rent additional weeks. Annie convinced the Miami Township Police Association to start a GoFundMe page and start the donations with $250. Just under $6,000 was donated by the community. Over the next 6 months, Annie assisted Paula weekly with errands. In January 2020, Annie was able to help Paula move into permanent housing at Sim Villa in Milford. Annie Morgan, we salute you. Amazing stories of service from this community that we live, work, and play in. Cyndy, you're up, and you get to introduce a friend of mine.
Good. Well, good, I get to introduce one of Bob's friends, but I thought everybody was your friend, Bob.
Well, that's true.
Okay.
I just haven't met them all yet.
Angie Kovacs, it is my pleasure to present the Next Education Award to you. And let me tell you a little bit about what Angie does. And I've heard, before I knew Angie here as a part of Salute to Leaders, I had heard amazing things about you. So I'm going to tell the folks at home. Angie Kovacs goes above and beyond for her students and for the community. As the instructor and leader of the Batavia High School Business Professionals of America chapter, Angie supervises students as they take classes in Introduction to Business, Principles of Business, and Business Law. But it's the extras that make this Great Oaks Business Management Satellite Program such a winning experience for students. Activities Angie encourages her students to participate in outside of the classroom include urging them to wear their seatbelts, having police officers come to educate the kids about drinking and driving, doing the polar plunge with her students to raise money for Special Olympics, collecting blankets for the local dog shelter, visiting a nursing home with her students. None of these extra activities are required as a part of her job, but she enjoys working with her students inside and outside of the classroom. She is showing her students, their families, and the whole school what it means to be a shining example for her community, and her students respond. Each year, students are honored on the state and national level for their accomplishments, not only in their business skills, but their contributions to the community. They have raised more than $85,000 for Special Olympics in the past 10 years, have earned 15 U.S. presidential medals for community service, and dozens of competitive medals just this year. Angie Kovacs, friend of Bob Pautke, we salute you. Wow.
Am I up, Cyndy?
Bob, it's the 23rd award. We're already at 23.
Already at 23. And dinner hasn't even been served yet. It's my pleasure to introduce our next community award to Jamie Geyer. Did I pronounce that correctly? Geyer? Jamie Geyer. I did pronounce it correctly. I don't know if they're applauding my pronunciation or you? Let's go with her applauding you. Jamie Geyer. In 2017, the Goshen Township Historical Society asked Jamie Geyer to design a carriage house and blacksmith shop to carry on the tradition of blacksmithing in Goshen Township. The timber frame was cut at Jamie's house in Goshen Township in 2017. Raising the frame began July 8th of 2018 by hand. The frame uses all 19th century building techniques. Jamie hand forged all the hardware at his office, at his home, not at your office. Once the shop was completed, township residents donated family blacksmithing items like anvils, drill presses, coal forges, various hammers, and tools. What the residents did not donate, Jamie found or made. Quoting Jamie, and I quote him, "It has been an honor to have been involved in this project to preserve life skills used by Goshen's earliest residents and provide future residents the opportunity to experience history hands-on." Jamie's goal was to create a woodworking blacksmith shop to host educational events, classes, demonstrations, and workshops. That goal has been achieved. The Goshen Township Historical Society Blacksmith Shop is very lucky to have resident blacksmiths. These three men teach others the lost art of blacksmithing throughout the year, with students coming from as far away as Washington, Tennessee, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio. The Goshen Township Historical Society thanks Jamie Geyer for his expertise in historic restoration. This labor of love for Jamie Geyer and his family will benefit Goshen Township for generations to come. Jamie, we salute you. Cyndy, I get two in a row. I'd like to ask Jaden Matzik to come up, and Andrea is in the room. So it is my honor to introduce this year's Up and Over Youth Leadership Award to my friend Jaden Matzik. Jaden just graduated from West Clermont High School and Scarlet Oaks, where he was part of the engineering program. At West Clermont, Jaden was a member of the Lead Ready program, which is designed to help students learn how to be leaders in their community. It was my pleasure to have Jaden in this year's Lead Ready class. As part of the Lead Ready program, Jaden was nominated to be a member of the West Clermont Principals Council. He was one of two students selected to speak at the West Clermont and Scarlet Oaks 2020 graduation ceremonies, which I watched the Scarlet one online, by the way. He did a great job. He will attend the University of Louisville this fall and study engineering. Besides being a leader, Jaden is also an entrepreneur. He owns and operates his business, 3Ding. It's a 3D printing company. He credits his success so far to his mom, Andrea, his entrepreneurial uncle, who encouraged him to start his own company, and his engineering program teacher, who saw the leader and urged him to step up and take leadership roles. He is also a member of the Wolves Interact Club at West Clermont. The program is sponsored by the Eastside Rotary Club and encourages students to assume leadership roles in high school. Jaden was also selected to be the keynote speaker for the local cast portion of our Leader Cast event this year. Jaden Matzik, we salute you. Andrea, you must be so proud. He's a great guy. Okay, I should be quiet now and let Cyndy speak. I'll just shuffle off here.
You're going to be quiet? Is that what you just said? Okay.
Well, only for a moment.
Okay. We are at award number 25, and it is the William H. Over Leadership Award. The William H. Over Leadership Award is given to an individual who has made a significant and lasting impact through his or her leadership in improving the quality of life in our county. William Bill Over was quite a force in Clermont County, someone I'm so glad I had the privilege of knowing. With a determined and creative manner, he impacted the successful growth of the county by forming lasting alliances between all facets of the community and setting an example of dreaming big and never giving up. It is my honor to introduce this year's William H. Over Who Leadership Award winner, Dr. Greg Soika. I get to talk about Greg, so before you start, I'm going to tell them a little bit about you, okay?
Should I stay here?
Yeah, but you can stay right there and just listen. Okay. Dr. Greg Soika of Clermont College has dedicated himself to making a lasting impact through his leadership so the community and those who call it home will be better off for years to come. Dr. Soika came to Clermont County because of his passion for education and in his belief that a good education can change a life and a changed life can transform a community. He served as the Dean of Clermont College from 2010 to 2015, where he worked to make college more accessible. His leadership efforts focused on providing opportunities for nearly 4,000 students, including the UC East project that added more facilities, programs, and opportunities. For local students to obtain a UC education close to home. He also began growing a pool of donor-based scholarships that continue to thrive today. Now teaching full-time in the English department, he has revisited his passion for writing and inspires a new generation every semester to share that passion. Greg's love for education inspires his work in the community, which is meaningful as it is expansive. He has been deeply involved in the Eastside Cincinnati Rotary Club, where he has served on the executive board and board of directors as the vice president, president-elect, and now the president. I didn't know you were president this year. Congratulations. He also is passionate about his work with the Boys and Girls Club, serving in both the Clermont and Greater Cincinnati organizations, where he is a member of the Williams Community Advisory Committee, the board of directors, and the program committee, in addition to chairing the Reds Community Fund Caravan Visit. When do you sleep? The governing committee and the member development committee. Greg has served on the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra Board of Directors, where he has also offered his talents. I want to hear more about that. The CASA Board of Directors, the James Beard Boy Scout Council as a nominating committee member, and the Girl Scouts as a nominating committee member too. He also chaired the 2 years ago, and last year he helped with the United Way campaign, very successful. Dr. Soika is clearly passionate in his efforts, and he will continue to dedicate his time and talent to making Clermont County a better place. Dr. Greg Soika, my friend, we salute you.
Thank you. Thank you, Cyndy, and everybody here. It's a great honor. I should thank my family for their support. My wife, her name is Dr. Jane Soika, but you can call her St. Jane. August 7th, we'll be married 44 years. We're blessed with 3 wonderful daughters, Laura, Ann, and Joan, and I have 3 of the greatest grandkids here. So, Eleanor, Teddy, I see you, peekaboo, behave. Okay. It is great to have the opportunity to serve, and actually, it's a blessing to serve. Standing here tonight, listening to all our community leaders, it was like listening to the lineup for the All-Star Major League Baseball game. What do they have in common? They're all servant leaders. They get things done. They lead by their actions and not necessarily by their words. They see a problem and they solve a problem. So all of our lives fall into 3 categories. First, we learn, we go to school, we get an education, we get trained to do something. Then we earn. We become a productive member of society, we support our families, but we're not done yet. The most important part is that we return, and that's where volunteerism and support comes. We need to pass it forward, and you don't have to wait till you're retired. Look at Jaden tonight. He's a great example. Okay? Winston Churchill once said, "We make a living by what we get." but we make a life by what we give. So we all know it's better to give than to receive. So why should we, we're asked every day to serve. So I would ask you tonight, when you're asked to serve or volunteer, just say yes. We can work out the details later about the assignment, when you're going to do it. Why? Because it's better to volunteer than to be voluntold. Pick something that's your passion. All around the community, we need you, we need you, we need you. Now, I promise your life will be richer as a result, and our community will be a better place to live and work. So stay safe, just say yes. Thank you.
Don't forget your award. There you go. Thank you, Greg, for those inspiring words, and truly, I'm just so excited to have you join this group of, I wish you had known Bill Over, just an amazing honor, and you certainly epitomize what Bill Over stood for in this county. I want to give a shout out again to what Joy said earlier. This was, COVID-19 just changed everything for everyone in March. We were well underway to plan this event, and then the world stopped. The world as we know it stopped, and we've had to pivot. I like that word, and it's truly what many businesses, the nation, our communities had to do in March, and we continue to pivot because of the unknown. Our desire was, Bill Over's desire is to make every leader, volunteer leader, who are unsung heroes in this community feel warm and welcome and just honored. And I hope that this program tonight, virtual, live streamed, it's not what we usually do. Usually there's about 500 people in this room and we're sharing a meal. That wasn't possible this year, but we're so glad that we could have this opportunity to honor each and every one of these very, they're just amazing people who are doing amazing things in the community. And I echo what Joy said earlier, and thank you for your patience and for being here with us tonight. Just like that, we're done. The live stream is going to come to an end, and we would like to thank all of our winners, the presenters, and the planning committee. That includes Tom Rockland, Teresa Heron, Michelle Hamilton, myself, Sophie Charlton from the Chamber, Ali Cottrell. We thank you for that, for all that you did. It's just, it changed 4 times. I have a reminder here, we changed it 4 times, but we're here tonight and we're in history because we'll always look back on the awards show for 2020. I would also like to thank my cohort here tonight in crime, Bob Pautke. What an honor to be with you tonight and share the podium. And then our sponsors, our presenting sponsor in Park National Bank, our sustaining platinum sponsor, American Modern, sustaining gold sponsor, Lycans Energy Solutions, our sustaining silver sponsors, Mercy Health, Great Oaks, and UC Clermont, our sustaining bronze sponsor, Health Source of Ohio, our event bronze sponsor, Brixie Meyer, and our media sponsors, ITA, Audio Visual Solutions, and the Clermont Sun. Again, we just thank you for your time and for everything that you've given to us and for this opportunity. We wish you all a wonderful evening, and crossing fingers for 2021 that we all return to a normalcy that we've come to love and appreciate, and we thank you again. Have a great evening.